Welcome. We just went through a segment of the 3 types of insurance. I was trying to help everyone understand that this industry, the insurance industry, has built products that are absolutely wonderful products. They have great use and they're awesomely profitable for the insurance industry and for the agents that sell them. So I want to give you not just the pictures, but I want to actually show you how this works. Every contract that you'll see will work something like this. So if you're not 35, relax. It works if you're 55. It works if you're 25. But I'm going to give you an example of $1 million contract at age 35. If you're already 60, you probably did this in your past, and you probably have already canceled it. All right? So this is how term insurance actually looks and works. So somebody buys a contract at age 35, and if this is a 20-year level contract, you can buy $1 million, like I said, for just $1,000, $1,090. And it goes on for 20 years. What do you think happens in the 21st year? Right, the premium goes up. You saw the cost line, and you saw when I showed how it jumps. Would you guess if the $1,000 was paid over these 20 years, would you guess what it would jump to in the 21st year? Take a guess. First time I saw this, I said it was going to double. And then I quick thought, no, it's going to more than double because I'm a lot older. Well, here's the reality. If you're seeing on the screen right now that a $1,000 premium jumps to $16,580, what do you think most people are going to do when they get to the 21st year? Yep, going to cancel that contract, going to go find another company, reapply if they need some insurance, and it's exactly what the industry wants to have happen. You see, sometimes people lose their insurability, sometimes between age 35 and 55, something happens in their health. You know, and when it does, do you think the insurance company wants to keep you if something happened to your health? Do you really? No, they want you out. This is the key to the profitability. So you have to go and reapply to insurance somewhere if you're going to get a cheaper rate. But if you lost your insurability, you don't have a choice. So you're going to pay this $16,580 for one reason. What is it? Why would you pay $16,580? Yeah, it's because you got something really bad and you need the coverage and your family needs the protection. That would be the reason. And then did you notice that the next year is $18,500? And how about the next year, $20,000? By the way, have you ever heard of anybody living to age 65? Yeah, $41,000 premium. Do you see that this is a losing game? It's a travesty when people only buy this type of insurance without a plan, because they are forced out and they are forced to get rid of the contract. Now, some of you might be saying, yeah, well, that was the plan. But let's talk about Johnny. See, Johnny's a guy that he wanted to go out and buy life insurance. And when he saw this, he said, man, that's terrible. I don't want my premiums to go from $1,000 to $16,000. Isn't there another way? And the insurance agent said, well, Johnny, come right in, sit down. Let me show you whole life insurance. All right? So Mr. Agent goes and he says, hey, Johnny, I've got something that I give to everybody. And I say, this is Johnny B. Normal. All right? So Johnny B. Normal says, show me my normal whole life contract. Now, there's a lot of numbers on the screen, but how this works is on the far left, your premium isn't going to be $1,000. I showed you this before in a picture. It's $10,000 a year, every single year for the rest of your life. Now, the beauty is the premium doesn't go up. If you keep on scrolling down, it just stays there. And they actually can't pay premiums after age 90. They just say, okay, that's enough. So I guess you won. All right, so in a normal whole life program, Johnny Normal buys this. He puts his $10,000 in. He's got $1 million of death benefit. All right, same as the term guy. But look at his massive amount of savings. Do you see that in the first year? Do you see this cash surrender value? Do you see how much savings Johnny's got? Johnny is excited. He put $10,000 in this savings program with all these tax benefits, right? And how much money does he have? Yeah, nothing. So you ain't so excited. So he does it again because he heard it was a good idea. Johnny does this again. He puts $10,000 in. Now he's put a total of how much? $20,000 of premiums in this program, and he's got $1,100 in his cash. Now, maybe you're a rocket scientist, but if you put $20,000 in something and you've got $1,000, has that been a really great investment so far? No. So here's the deal. Long term, the insurance industry has actually earned the reputation that they deserve. I mean, they've sold these products over and over and over. And what happens is people pay 3, 4, 5 years. They get out of the contract. They lost money, and then they're saying great things about the insurance policy they owned. Right? Wrong. Okay. So this reputation that the insurance industry has gotten, they've really earned because people sell this over and over and over, all with a very long-term view. So let me be a little nice to the industry right now. Okay, so the industry pundits, I want to be a little nice to you. Long-term, it does work out. Okay, long-term, if you go down here and you've got $600,000 and $1.1 million, it did work out. You actually got like a 1.3 rate of return, and your death benefit, if you died, would give you about a 6 or 7%. So it's not horrible, but it sure starts out pretty rocky, right? So Johnny Normal started his savings this way. So we talked about term and we found the problem with term. You can't keep it long term. The permanent insurance seems like a pretty poor investment. So now Johnny becomes free. I want you to see how Johnny now purchases a contract the way that he'd want to buy it so that it actually grows two things. It grows cash and it grows death benefit. Now, when this is done right, Johnny actually goes in and he says, hey, look, I want to buy as much dollars of premium. I want to be able to pay as many dollars of premium as I can possibly pay into as a small of a life insurance contract as the insurance industry will sell me. And they'll still call it life insurance. Now, why would Johnny want to do that? Johnny wants the benefits of the life insurance tax sheltering. See, so this is how it works. Johnny puts in $10,000 of premium. Do you see the first year cash? There's $6,200 of cash. Do you remember what it was for Johnny Normal? Do you remember how much cash was in there? Yeah, zero, right? And do you remember what it was in the second year? $1,100. Well, when Johnny has a proper structure, he now has $13,000. But there's a column, third from the right, that I want you to understand. This is where, when you properly structure a contract, the cash is growing by more than the premium that you're putting in every year from that point forward. And two things begin happening. The cash grows uninterrupted the rest of your life in a tax shelter, and the death benefit grows for the rest of your life. So take a look at the third year. When you put $10,000 of premium in, and the cash increases $10,221, how much does that cost you that year to have this contract? If you said nothing, you'd be right. All you're doing is moving money. And if you're understanding the three accounts that I've talked about, the put and take account, the Freedom Creation account, and now the Freedom Reserve Bank, this Freedom Reserve Bank structure allows you to be putting money from your Freedom Creation account here into capitalizing your Freedom Reserve Bank. So this is a play on words. We talked about the Federal Reserve System. This is the Freedom Reserve System. This is how you start a proper structure. Now, when you go long term, do you see what happens? You actually end up pushing the cash value higher and the death benefit higher than if you'd have purchased a normal contract and you had use of the cash all along the way. All right, we'll come back and talk about how you use this cash in the next segment. But right now, I want to talk to you about what the problem is with this. So Johnny's pretty excited. Johnny's like, wow, I don't have to be like the term Johnny. I don't have to be like the normal Johnny. I'm Johnny Be Free. But Johnny's got a little bit of a problem here. What's the problem? Have you found it yet? Well, the problem is Johnny doesn't have enough death benefit. You see, if something happened to Johnny, his family would only get $300,000 in the beginning. Now, granted, it's going up by more than he's putting in exponentially. 308 turns to 336, to 368, to 401. Look, by the 10th year, it's 574, right? I mean, the death benefit is growing, but it doesn't grow if you're not here. So we got a problem. And this is where we talk all the time about using life insurance for the right purpose first. The right purpose is death benefit. You want death protection so that your family can continue on without you. If you're a member of a loving and caring family, you need to protect your family right. We want you to learn how to structure this. So this is how you structure proper insurance. Take a look. I call this Johnny B. Proper. All right? So Johnny B. Proper goes out and he buys the same $10,000 of premium, the same $300,000 of death benefit, but it's got $700,000 more value. How did that happen? Well, two things. You notice that the $10,000 in this center column right here, did you notice this $10,000 is now $10,708? Yeah? Well, the $708 is just purchasing a term insurance rider on top of a properly structured permanent life insurance contract. We're trying to blend the best of both worlds. See, term insurance is cheap. It's great when you're young. It's a lot of death benefit for a little bit of dollars. But it gets too expensive when you're old, right? Do you remember how the $1,000 jumped? Do you remember how it jumped? I think it went to $16,000, right? So look at this. When you structure a contract right, this is a 15-year term rider. And do you see that this $708 goes up just a couple $1,000? It turns into basically $12,000. When you structure term insurance as a rider, it doesn't do the massive jump that a standalone term does. And even better, the term insurance that you qualify for is convertible to additional properly structured permanent contracts. So if you would lose your insurability later on in life, the insurance company is forced to allow you to convert more of your term insurance into a properly structured program to grow cash reserves without future taxation. Oh, wouldn't that be cool? So there's a lot of benefits to learning how to do this right. Guys, this is where the Freedom Strategy Group Company and the Freedom Reserve System and the Freedom Strategy Solution teaches our clients how not only to purchase, but how to use these products. See, you can buy properly structured from almost any company, but I'm telling you, there's a handful, and then unfortunately, it takes some learning to learn how to use the system. So don't just go out there and buy it from somebody that doesn't know what they're showing you. You've got to learn to work with people that understand this. It's got to be people that can help you to use this money to make you money. So that's what we call proper structure. So I'm going to go back to another segment and I'm going to show you what it looks like in picture form so that you can understand what we're doing long term in a properly structured permanent life insurance contract. All right? Thank you.